Hi everybody, I wanted to do a video today to talk about my new poetry collection which I am about to self-publish, and I'm going to do a little unboxing video for my proof copy. So you might know that I self-published my memoir Gut Feelings Coping with Cancer and Living with Lynch Syndrome earlier this year on Amazon. And I've decided to do the same thing with some of my poetry. So it's poetry and a little bit of prose as well that has appeared in some literary magazines, online lit mags and anthologies, and so it's all stuff that's already been published, and I'm just bringing it all together in this book because I thought that would be quite fun and satisfying just to kind of bring all of it together as a kind of collected works. And I also thought that it would be quite fun to talk about the process as I've been doing it. So you may have seen on Twitter I have a thread going where I'm talking about all of the different things that I've been doing, just in terms of putting it together. And as you can imagine, it's been quite easy to put together because the poems are already written, everything's just there, it just needs to be brought together. And I'm even doing it in chronological order, not in the order that things were written, but in the order that things were published. Again, because it's just quite satisfying to see the progression. So yeah, so I've been talking on Twitter about how things have been going. I actually had a hospital appointment yesterday, Monday, which I'd spent the weekend freaking out about. So I decided to take my mind off it a little bit on Saturday. I did an awful lot of work on the book, which did take my mind off it and was also incredibly frustrating because it was messing about with PDFs, trying to get the cover right, resizing things, submitting it to KDP and then realising that it doesn't look right, it doesn't fit for some reason, converting things to PDF and merging Word documents and all of that fun stuff. So let's have a look. So I've had my proof copy sent to me, and I'm not particularly expecting it to be absolutely perfect. Yeah, I don't know. I can't even remember how I left it on Saturday, but I think I was like, the cover looks slightly pixelated, even though it didn't when I created it and uploaded it. But then on the viewer, on the preview in Kindle Direct Publishing KDP, it does look pixelated. So I'm hoping it's not going to look too bad. I won't have to make lots of changes to the cover. Because it seems to be a lot of guesswork as to well why is it doing this in this format when it looks fine here, and yeah, and then my tables of contents was breaking when I converted it to PDF in Word, and it's just just a headache, and yeah, because I kind of left it like that. I was like, oh, I think it's mostly there, but let's see. So yeah, let's just open it up. Okay, so here it is, and it is pixelated. Oh my god. It's just a little bit fuzzy and I don't know why, but I will fix that before it oh, it's just so satisfying just to see all of your words on the page. Anyway, so here it is. It's called Collected Quirks, and you can see it spans 2005 to 2020. I can't remember exactly how many poems are in here. Oh, I love this font. You know, I spent absolutely ages looking at all the different fonts that I could put on the front cover and inside, and then I ended up just going with the same font that I used for Gut Feelings, just because you just can't go wrong with Century and Century Gothic. So yeah, so here it is. It's so the cover picture is just from Pixabay. I really wanted something that was had a little bit of white space, something not too complicated or overpowering. I could have gone with a bit more white space actually, but I do quite like this because I was thinking what picture would represent a collection, or yeah, a collection of different things, things that are the same but very unique in their own way. So I found this egg picture, and I really like eggs anyway. So yes, so there's quite a lot in it. I think there's maybe about 100 pounds. It's quite long as well. It's 137 pages. And I might take one of the stories out because I'm just not quite sure about it. So not everything has made it in, but almost everything that I've had published has made it in. And yeah, it's just very satisfying to see everything together. And then I've got my blurb on the back as well. I had a snippet of a poem there too. The writing does look a little bit fuzzy, you know, when it just has that kind of sort of pixely look, like just in between the letters. So I'm going to have to go back and sort that out, and then probably get another copy ordered just to make sure that it's okay. So yeah, it's fun self-publishing these books. I do enjoy it, and I hope that, you know, people read them and get enjoyment out of them as well. So it is a little bit similar to my previous work. So back in, I think it was 2014 or 15, I published my chapbook Empathy, also self-published. That was with lulu.com, and that was on the theme of cancer survivorship. And since, well, during most of the time that these pieces have come from, I have been writing a lot about that topic, so there is a lot of that in here again. So if people enjoyed Gut Feelings and they like a bit of poetry as well, yeah, I think that people will hopefully enjoy this too. If you like any of my writing on my website, or if you've seen anything I've had published in literary magazines, hopefully it's a nice, easy read and lots of variety. And I hope it's pretty, sort of, because self-publishing is really good because it takes you out of your comfort zone a little bit, because I think a lot of people aren't necessarily comfortable with every single step that it takes to self-publish. So obviously you've got the writing bit, but then of course you've got the actual designing of the front cover and sorting out the blurb and putting everything together, and the technical aspects of that as well, and the fiddly bits, and then the marketing it afterwards, which is notoriously difficult, I think. But this is a nice project to kind of combine the putting together of my poetry sort of so far, and also to just talk about the self-publishing process, because it is it's very interesting and exciting, but it is also very difficult. And I do think that there is still a stigma attached to self-publishing, and I know I've talked about this before, but it does feel like people might say, oh, you're self-publishing because a publisher doesn't want to publish it, like because you've been rejected and nobody else sort of believes in it enough to publish it, or something. But because these have all already been published, I wouldn't go to a publisher with this anyway. If I was going to get a poetry collection published, which I would absolutely love to do, then it would probably have a few poems that have already been published, but it would mostly be new stuff around a very tight theme, and this is more of a collected works. But yeah, I still definitely feel like there is a stigma surrounding self-publishing, and almost like sometimes I feel like we have to not pretend, but I don't know. I feel like it's just nice to be really transparent about the process and what we're doing, and it's a labour of love, and there's so many different ways that you can get published these days anyway. Because when I was a kid, I wanted to get published, and I wanted to be the youngest person to ever have a novel published at the age of 13 or something. I don't even know if there's a record for that, or what it is. And my definition of getting published and being a writer when I was a kid was very narrow. It was you publish a novel the traditional way, and now we have literary magazines, we have anthologies, we have small presses like Pekin Cat. We can self-publish, and there's just so many different ways that you can do that. I mean, even paperback compared to Kindle, or even, sharing your writing online, it's all really worthwhile, and just getting your work out there as well, I think, is just really fulfilling and important to remember that it's not all just about getting published anyway. It's just about writing something that feels important and fun for you, and if somebody else gets something out of it, then that's fantastic as well. And yeah, there's just lots and lots of benefits to writing beyond getting published in the traditional way, and just being able to share with people, and just to do this video and reach out to people now, yeah, and just share what it's like to go on the self-publishing journey. So yeah, so Collected Quirks, it's not out yet obviously, because I need to fix the cover. I also need to check literally everything else in the book. Have I messed up the page numbers? Is everything formatted as it should be? Is everything the right font size? And so on. So yeah, lots for me to do, and then probably order myself another copy that's a little bit slightly less fuzzy on the eyes. It's not too bad. It is mainly just the blurb, and I don't know why. So back to the drawing board for the back of the book, and then hopefully very soon I'll be able to get this out into the world. Thank you for watching. If you have any comments, if you want to chat about the self-publishing process, or poetry, or cancer survivorship, or anything, I don't even know where I'm going to be posting this, probably everywhere, so wherever you see it, just drop me a line, and see you soon.